Someone asked I make a video on how to stay on your nutrition diet when you're traveling. So, when you're traveling, if you're into traveling, like myself, staying on track can be very difficult, especially if you have a goal. If you're specifically into like bodybuilding, or if you're, into what I'm into, like powerlifting and stuff. Uh, you got to stay on course, especially if you have a meet or a competition coming up. So how do you kind of do that? The first thing that I would ask myself or yourself is, what are your goals? If your goal is to maintain, then you want to focus on getting foods that are generally easy to track. So if you love sushi like me, or sashi as they pronounce it in Japanese, um, you want to choose more like sashimi based meals. For example, sashimi is more fish versus regular sushi rolls, because the sushi rolls tend to have a little bit more carbs, a little bit more rice. If you're going to an American restaurant, for example, you want to choose a high protein course of meals, and a little bit more on the grilled and broiled side and or baked side. So what I typically do is, if I go to an American restaurant, I always ask the server to not cook in butter, number one, and to not serve it with butter, to serve it with some sort of vegetable. So typically I do broccoli, asparagus, or I choose a salad like spinach, just raw vegetables. If I do a carb, I try to do it where I have fasted all day. So if I know I'm going to go out on vacation or whatever, I'm going to travel, I'm going to try different foods. I will purposely not eat that entire day up until I go out to that restaurant, and then I indulge in the restaurant, because I know I'm going to eat about a 1,500 calorie meal in one sitting. I wouldn't recommend this all the time, because this can be it can get you off courses like really fast. So it's not the smart option, but it's a way to kind of balance out, something's got to give, so to speak. If you don't want to fast, then what you can do is, if you're going out to eat for lunch or for dinner, eat a high protein meal for breakfast. So something simple like eggs, or something simple as steak, or just chicken or whatever. But just choose a high protein source for your breakfast. My other tip is to drink a lot of water, about a gallon of water, especially if I'm traveling. Um, you want to have like a jug of water, and just making sure that you're drinking that as much as you can throughout your day. Because the problem with traveling is, you want to try different foods, you want to eat on the go, and a lot of times you are not conscious of the fact that you are resorting to things like chips or candy or fast food products that are really not going to benefit you in the long term. Your ability to build muscle tissue and your ability to lose it is a drastic difference in terms of time. So you build tissue really slow, but you can lose it really fast. So it's really important to making sure that you're getting the nutrients that you need, because when you eat protein, it typically will help to maintain the tissue, versus if you're eating too much carbs and fats. Generally speaking, people are not our bodies to only absorb about, I believe, 40% of the protein, or even less than that. So if you can imagine, if you're a 200-pound male and you're eating 100 grams of protein, you're really only getting in maybe 40% of that or so. I could be wrong on that, but that's based off of my research. So that just goes to show that overconsumption of protein shouldn't really be a concern. This is kind of unrelated to your nutrition and staying on track with your goals, but it's really important to walk as much as you can. Number one, if you can get your training in. So if you're not able to go to the gym, you're not able to go do your workout, then what I would do, I would try to walk as much as I can everywhere I go. So, if you're traveling, you're usually with somebody else traveling, and typically you're like walking to different places. So I would emphasize the walking and getting the steps in, versus if I can't reach the gym. Because if you're traveling, again, your focus is on that. Your focus isn't on the gym. So those steps add up very quickly. And you would be surprised that you can lose a lot of weight just by walking, especially if you're not adapted to it. Hopefully, that was applicable for you if you're into traveling, and so that you can kind of stay on track for your goals. The main takeaway is drink water and keep moving, keep walking. Or if you're in a different country of America, like in France, they bike a lot. I think, if you're in Africa, you're going to walk a lot. If you're in South America, you're going to walk a lot. So just take advantage of the fact that you can walk everywhere you can, and take advantage of that. Thank you for watching. Click below for more information. Email me if you have any questions or if you want a program tailored to you. And I'll see you in the next video.